Women of Reddit. What is a 100% myth about women? That all women are indirect communicators. I'm not saying they can't be. I'm not even saying the majority don't fall under this category. But personally, indirect communication goes right over my head. It's frustrating because I don't assume people can read my mind. Why should I be able to read theirs? I feel like when people assume I communicate indirectly just because I'm a girl, it leads to them not listening to what I'm saying. Instead they try to dissect and analyze what I'm really trying to say. Also, men are just as capable of being passive aggressive. I live with a man and he constantly thinks I'm trying to send subtle messages, and I've had to sit him down and explain that if I'm upset about something I will tell him. He on the other hand will slam doors, stomp around the house, give me the silent treatment, say nothing is wrong only to snap at me over something small. I'm making him sound awful, but he's actually a pretty great person, lol. Women aren't visual. Yes, many are, and it is more and more accepted. Women know chores better. Nope, I suck. And men or women are good only because they are taught. Women know chores better is spoken by lazy adult babies who want to pass off their responsibilities into their partner and not get in trouble for it. We're not a problem to be solved. If you want to date a woman and she is resistant, you will not solve that, no matter how many rom-com movies you watch, where a man spends 90 minutes of your time annoying the woman he is interested in and gets her. This does not happen in real life. Move on. Find someone who is more likely to reciprocate your affections. Source: was stalked by someone, which stopped when I told him that if he showed up, I'd push him down the front steps, so grow up already. That the reason we go to the bathroom in groups is to gossip and fix our makeup. The truth is, it takes time to worship the Dark Lord, and summoning is best performed in groups of 3 or more. When I was in 1st grade I asked my teacher this and she told me there's a roller coaster which only allows 2 people to go at a time. That just because our bodies are designed for it, we all want kids of our own at any given time of our lives. Pregnancy is no joke, and also, kids are a lifetime commitment and not everyone wants to have that, and it's still okay. Facts: I never will become pregnant and I don't want to have kids. That we get loose when we have multiple partners. I think it's ridiculous that majority of the guys I've met that say this don't also think that those same women get loose when they've been with one man for several years. It would be funnier if we instead said dongs got whittled down or compacted with each stew, so that the guys with stubby pencil dongs were obviously promiscuous and poor guys who were hung like donkeys were evidently never getting any play. That all women are hormonal inconsiderate during their period. Source: I'm a woman that feels totally normal while on my period. I also have many friends that are like me. That we are either a girly girl, tomboy, gamer girl, or some other stereotype when we can be all of them or none of them. Humans are multifaceted and we all have different experiences. I grew up with only brothers. I'm athletic, lift weights, have a BFF who is a professional makeup artist. Subsequently I am very good at makeup, can cook, went to fashion school, and I'm the breadwinner of my family. You can't put me in a box. That you can tell how much sex a woman has had by looking at her genitals. No, you can't. Also, that having a lot of sex makes the vagina loose. Apparently some people think the vaginal muscles are magic, since apparently they're the only muscles in the body that get weaker with more use. Also, they're never even talking about the vagina itself. It's always the appearance of the labia vulva, which has nothing to do with anything other than a genetic lottery. That one bleeds the first time they have sex. If they didn't bleed they were not really a virgin. False. Raise your hand if you did not bleed. I raising mine. This. I didn't ever bleed or tear my hymen until I gave birth, lol. It's just a stretchy piece of skin at the bottom of the vagina, not a freshness seal. We all dream of our weddings since we were little nuggets. We all are social butterflies. We all want boyfriends. Like no, Romeo. I dream of how I'm going to break the news to my parents after I've eloped. That we're women and not people. For context, I hate the big pro tip that women are people too. Guys, if you just treat them like people and not sex objects you'll date more women. Like, why do you need to be told that? Why is that a hot tip? Yes, there's a certain type of guy who treats women as if they're mysterious alien creatures made up of wildly inaccurate stereotypes they've learned from other equally clueless guys. That they only have pet cats or small dogs. I saw that a few times on Reddit. That large dogs are men's pets. That's so weird and wrong. Lots of us women like big dogs because 1. They're adorable, and 2. They're protective. That a good pee is super tight. Vaginas stretch when aroused, so all the dudes bragging how freaking tight this or that girl was basically failed to get their girls going. Related, despite what Ben Shapiro's doctor wife, who is a doctor, told him, because she's a doctor, it is normal for a vagina to become wet when aroused, rather than being an indication of an infection. That we are more emotionally intelligent and intuitive than men. I am definitely not empathetic and don't like dealing with emotional people. I'm mostly just socially awkward and not particularly mothering or kind. Seems like the assumption is that women want to baby men. Not me, lol. Same. I'm not emotionally intelligent because I don't know how to express my emotions properly. That we are a mystery. I am sick of telling people exactly what I want and hearing, well, yeah, but what do you really want? I am not lying or playing games. You know what women want? To be treated like human being with respect like anyone else. That lesbians just haven't had the right dong yet. Sirs, I regret to inform you, there is no magic penis out there that will change our sexuality. I know you love the little fellas and think they're magical, but for us lesbians, I swear to you, they are not, nor will they ever be, magic. In the wise words of Mike Wazowski, put that thing back where it came from or so help me. I know several lesbians, some have been with men, relationships and hookups, and decided they don't like it. Turns out a penis isn't life altering. Guy here. You hear a lot about how women love eye contact, but trust me, no woman I've met liked it when I touched her eyes. That we are a myth in general. No, we are human. We don't magically make anything better just because we are girls. Women, we carry babies and give birth. Men, women, find yourselves first, then acquire a partner, if you want, of course, but women are not goddesses, muses, or divine-like creatures. Thanks for thinking that, but we also pee, poop, fart, get sick, we smell, we get messy periods, a lot of us hate cleaning, cooking. Other women definitely don't want kids or even wanna be around them. We can love being muscular and not girly looking, and that doesn't make us less worthy. And just because we look girly, it doesn't mean we are weak or stupid. Girls are more mature. No, girls are just punished much more severely than boys are for behavior that all children exhibit. Boys only seem less mature because we do not demand maturity from them at a young age like we do from girls. Girls are forced to suppress being human and boys are forced to suppress emotions other than anger. It's a recipe for broken adults. Also, you gotta talk about the birds and the bees way earlier in order to protect them from unwanted advances. That it's easier for women to get laid, or that we have men hassling us 24/7. Ugly woman here, and I can vouch for being able to go about my daily business without any catcalls, harassment, or general intimidation from men. Nobody has slid in my DMs anywhere. I have been single my whole life. I'm in my late 30s. It really boils my pee that there's this general assumption that all women merely just have to exist in order to get attention. That is reserved for attractive women. Now, I'm not saying all this in a lamentable way. Yes, I'm so lonely and starved of physical affection that it physically hurts at times. My self-esteem is non-existent as a result, and I have severe mental issues in relation to my appearance and body. However, I appreciate that I can walk anywhere without the fear of being hassled or intimidated. I can appreciate I'm not going to randomly get unsolicited dong pics out of the blue. I also find it pretty easy making new friends because I'm not perceived as a threat to other women and there's no ulterior motive behind men becoming friends with me. That we never want to make love and why we have to fake headache to stop you. A lots of women don't even have pleasure with you and with penetration in general. Try sometime thinking about your partner and please stop guilt trip them. Oh, let's see. We can never truly be just friends with a man. We're too emotional to make good decisions. We have a freshness seal, and or our genitals will become permanently ruined with each partner or each sex act. When we do it with other women, it doesn't count. If we're not married, or at least engaged, by 25, something is wrong with us. If we don't have kids by a certain age, or don't want kids at all, Something is wrong with us. We pee out of our vaginas once a month. We become totally incapable of rational thought. We're supposed to be passive. Our orgasms are useless, or simply don't actually exist. We're naturally better at tasks related to housework and childcare. We're nurturers by nature. Our lives lack meaning and purpose once we lose our mainstream sex appeal, or if we don't meet current beauty standards in the first place. When we complain of pain, fatigue, etc., we're being overly dramatic, exaggerating, or making it all up for attention. Lesbians don't exist. They just haven't met the right guy yet. Bisexual and pansexual women don't exist. They are just seeking attention or performing for men. Trans women don't exist. They are just men in dresses. Menopause isn't a normal, natural, albeit not always pleasant, part of life. It's a sickness. We're naturally hairless. All of us want to get married and have kids yesterday. All of us liked dolls and tea sets growing up. We like receiving dong pics out of the blue. We only date jerks. None of us will date someone under 5 feet 9 inches. We're all the same. There's some kind of economy code that a guy can use to make us instantly fall in love with him. And it's all the same for every woman. Myth. We are more emotional than men. We just learned how to deal with them in a healthy way, and men have to pretend they have none or less. That we all have natural mothering instincts. Some women might, but I think it's heavily a social construct where girls are taught to play with baby dolls from a young age, then bear the brunt of housework and child raising. I'm bad with children and feel no motherly instincts toward them at all. I am the only daughter. My mother expects me to pop out grandchildren for her, and that's an absolute no from me. While I kinda enjoyed my time as a substitute teacher for ages K-12, won't be doing that again, I'll add. I have never been comfortable with the thought of kids of my own. I don't see myself as a mother. Plus I have lower back issues too. That women don't make good leaders. I had a horrible experience with a female boss and I said I'd never work for another woman again. I know. How sexist of me. Anyway, the next woman I worked for was an amazing leader. I swear that almost every guy in the world truly believes that all girls have had a lesbian experience or made out with their girlfriends at least once, and they refuse to believe otherwise. I have never kissed a girl or her pee, ever, and I don't want to. Why is that so hard to believe, guys? We always wear pretty panties and matching bras. Listen up, men. I have period panties and a 40dd chest. That chest gets protected in usually ugly bras, and the period panties you'll never see. Also very unlikely that I'll match. Shouldn't matter though, because as long as we're together and it winds up on the floor, we're good. That we're all more empathetic than men. I've met a couple girls that are probably sociopaths. As far as I can tell. Heck, even I'm not that good at sympathizing with people. That all of us are manipulators and great at pretending to be helpless crybabies who need men in order for low quality men to feel superior for changing the light bulb, lol. That women who are attracted to men love muscles. That's true for some women, to an extent, but I know very few women who are attracted to bodybuilders, and a lot of the young women I know prefer a softer physique. Several of us actually have an aversion to developed physiques and are attracted to men with belly fat. Lots of women want a person who will eat and lounge with them without obsessing over macros and spending hours in the gym. It's great to care about your health, but being very concerned with the aesthetics of your body represents a philosophical and lifestyle mismatch for a lot of people who are just piloting our meat suits to get to the pizza and sex. Of course, if you want to be with a woman who prioritizes her appearance, spends a lot of time and money on it, and has a restrictive diet and exercise regimen, she may have different expectations. If I had a nickel for every man who saw my disabled American veteran license plate and asked me if it was my father's husband's car, I'd have a bag of nickels to bash the head of the next dumb frick to ask me that question. That we all are horrible cheaters that only care about money. I just want to grow old and enjoy my life with my dogs and SO. That women don't like nice guys and prefer to date buttholes or criminals. I've literally never met a woman who wants to date someone that treats them like crap. Side note, getting into a cycle of abuse with someone who initially treated you well is different. If you are new to the channel, You can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.